Okay, yeah. We're in mourning. We're wearing black. It feels like somebody died. Like they finally succeeded in killing Vinny. You know? I mean, I guess just get tired of being stuck in the middle. This persona was, this half of me was created to um, channel the rage into sexual energy. Um, for those who don't know, I haven't had a driver's license for 32 years. 22 years of it has been wrongful oppression and emasculation. So far be it from me to let somebody do more to me than what I can do to myself. So I started being this person on the side. Um, and these were alcohol related offenses. And 22 years ago, I didn't have any problems with alcohol. And, they still wouldn't give me my driver's license back, 22 years ago. Um, and here's 22 years later, every year checking with Secretary of State to see if justice will prevail. And every year they'll hold the, illegal driver's license revocation is still on there. And this is not a normal revocation where I can go to another state and start over. This is a revocation that stops you from getting a driver's license no matter where you go in the continental United States. You see? So they made sure that they fucked me out of being a man my whole entire adult life. Violating my religious beliefs and my religious rights and my right to pursuit of happiness, is like these rage issues that got developed from going to work, paying taxes, paying these ungodly amounts of FICA every week and shit like that, and they got me emasculated compared to Barney Joe Fife over there, who he's a drunken asshole who drives everywhere drunk, and Bibbity Bo Bob over there, who he's a chemical toilet and shit. And then the male me just becomes more and more enraged and devilish, man, with like supernatural power that he conjures up via this authority that's given to him, from the abuse of power, the corruption, right, the wrongful oppression. So then he goes loose and curses on white devils and government everywhere, on everything they're doing. It's like he loses cartoonish curses on their safety and their health and their economy, and compares it to how safe his his character is in their hands and their and his driver's license. So he comes into this money for his 50th birthday, the male version of me, and decides to stop being in the middle of the road, as this entity, and just go full-blown male, get his driver's license back, get a job, get off SSI, make in a week what he makes in a month from SSI, and pay taxes, be a productive member of society, and be equal to the other men that have, the whole thing has enraged him. It's like he wants everybody who's got a driver's license, who still drinks alcohol and does chemical pharmaceutical drugs, especially mind-altering ones, like, they have opiates in them and stuff. It's like, he wants all them people cursed now as example to the corrupt Secretary of State people who won't give him his driver's license back because they dared to say that he has marijuana addiction, because they forced him to go. See, this money came about on my 50th birthday, loaned to me to get my driver's license back, because it's been 22 years. They should have just gave it back by now. I don't know what the hell Terry Lynn Land called herself doing when the laws changed, but she didn't purge the system of old cases like mine, 32-year-old cases that are alcohol related, have nothing to do with drugs or marijuana. They all happened in my teens, when I was a teenager. I'm a completely different person now, and they don't want to let me be productive. They don't want to let me be equal to other men who are not my equal. They don't have no regard for their driver's license or the law. They drink and do pills and drive around all fucked up on chemicals. So they have less regard for their driver's license than I would have, and yet they won't give me my driver's license back. It's like it's a rage thing. They've worked hard to create this where the male me is this crazy, enraged, monster-minded individual. They like putting a dog in a cage and you keep poking at it until you make it mean. It's the same thing that they've done to the male version of me. They can't touch the female version of me, but the male version of me, they've gone out of their way to stomp him out like a white rhino puts out a fire for no reason. You see? And it's like an evil spiritual thing. They're controlled by these evil shitworm spirits that make them do things that not even devils would have them do. Devils are higher grades, so devils don't want to rape. They want to ravage. Devils don't want to engage in pedophilia or animal torture or sacrifice of any kind that's not sexual, because they're sexual entities. Their reason for their fall was due to their lust for human women. Okay? It wasn't because they were evil and did evil shit. Like the shitworms have the humans that they control doing. Like this wrongful oppression. It's like every day to get up and be deprived of, having, something that's so important. I mean, nothing's more important than independence and being able to drive to the male me, There's nothing more important than that, than to be able to get behind the wheel of his vehicle and drive somewhere. And it's like he doesn't do it. They've taken advantage of the fact that he doesn't do it, because he doesn't want to void out the full coverage insurance his wife carries on her vehicles if he were to get involved in an accident. Plus, they're always so impoverished that he wouldn't have the money to bond himself out. So then, they would take advantage of that to get to her and attack. Like they've taken advantage of knowing where he's at because they know he won't drive, even though he's always had, they've always had two vehicles, standing in faith that one day he would get his license back, right? It's like, they take advantage of knowing that he won't drive to know where he's at, know he needs a ride from wherever he's at, right? To go do whatever they want to do. Vandalize his vehicle, vandalize his home, break into his home, try to, ravish his wife and divide his house with adultery, shit like that. They've taken advantage of this, what the government is doing. These evil fucking monsters, chemical toilets and alcoholics, white devils, right? And now these motherfuckers want to tell the male me, you gotta go interact with these same motherfuckers that have been attacking you, taking advantage of you not having a driver's license, knowing where you're at all the time. Now you gotta go let them know where you're at an hour and a half a day or whatever, whenever you attend this meeting, so that they can just get on their little iGadget, text somebody to go fuck with your vehicle or your house or your old lady. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that no more. He's not doing that. We're not doing that. Your homie don't play that. Fuck that. We're all done with that, the setup, So it's like it's against religious beliefs and self-preservation to bow down to them and admit to having a problem that, is not a problem, okay? It's like there was a clean urine to back that up. The white devil bitch Chris Seeger, who perpetuated the initial molestation on the male me's character. It's like you just don't understand that for all these years of abstinence, he gets no credit. It's like, I just want to find somebody that wants to bring some rocks and have some freaky sex now. And smoke some crack and bring some beer. Yeah, let's go ahead and drink because we can't get credit for kicking that either. Bring some heroin and some meth and some cocaine. Let's like party down, man. Because you don't get credit for abstinence in this society. If you show the slightest bit of integrity and tell the truth to any of these freak monsters, they twist everything you say to them. because they were molested and their minds are twisted. So they got it in their heads that you can't possibly be you, who is somebody with a backbone, who doesn't break down and do what everybody else does, who doesn't, got to run and jump and grab some alcohol and get drunk, who doesn't have to grab chemicals and shit, who doesn't have to smoke weed and then drive. Okay, that's what they're trying to imply. Well, I have a medical marijuana card, and I occasionally have to smoke marijuana to bump my blood pressure back down because I'm on enzymic, medication, blood pressure medication. The chemicals were fucking with my body. I have an aversion to chemicals like I have an aversion to alcohol. These freaks are assaulting. They violated HIPAA laws, federal HIPAA laws. The male me was so pliable and stupid when this bitch had him in there. He should have stood his ground and stood by his rights. Hey, I have a right for you not to even mention marijuana. Because it's part of my health regimen now. Now they have taken this and they put it on public record where he'll never get his driver's license back because he'll never go interact with those fucking chemical toilets, sit around and talk about fucking, being so weak, controlled by the urge to do this shit. Fucking stop being a little parasite. Kill your fucking self if you can't stop doing dope or alcohol, bitch. It's like, having brothers like that is all you need. Growing up like that where people were weak and they subjected you to their fucking weakness is all you need to be someone like the male me who hates alcoholics and chemical toilets and people who abuse marijuana that make people like us look bad. Okay? It's like marijuana does have healing benefits, and if your doctor doesn't tell you that, then he's either a government minion or a quack or both. Okay? Because all healing qualities come from marijuana. They've tried to doctor it and synthesize it and pull it out of opium and shit and all kinds of evil shit so they could fund and sponsor terrorism because the government wants them to do it. Who is this government that has said that marijuana is illegal? That has said that, this illegal law that they've got on my driver's license to where I can't get my driver's license back now, even though they're alcohol-related offenses and I do not touch alcohol. It's like, how long is this supposed to play out? Till I'm dead? Okay, well, this is why I've decided. Okay, you killed the male me. He gives up. There you go. You got that. You take that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a sex change. I'm going to get vocal feminization, facial feminization, implants, a state-of-the-art vagina that uses a piece of the colon so it's way deeper and snug and has fucking its own ability to lubricate. It's like, yeah, it'll be stinky for the first 15 months or so, but after that, it's like it's good to go. And the rest of my life, I will live good as a woman. And I won't need a driver's license then. I'll drive fucking other sticks, bitch. You see, I can do worse to Vini than what y'all are doing. You want to call yourself making him exist. He's got to live a life that's a fate worse than death to him. It's a fate worse than death for his drunken brothers and all his drunken buddies and chemical toilet buddies to have driver's licenses and be able to drive around. And for them to be able to waste their lives. And, he can't go get a job. He can't get covered by insurance to move a truck from a lot to a garage so he can get a truck mechanic job that he's qualified for. Nah, he got to lay around on SSI because there's some crazy white devil bitches who they decided to further assault this man. You see, they assaulted his character. They can't know how badly that negatively affected his psyche, that they damaged his psyche when, with this lie that they're calling a diagnosis. They're calling what this stupid bitch, she didn't base any of it on usage. She based it on words that were said during a 48-minute interview or some shit. She's supposed to visit an hour. They didn't last a whole hour. Okay? Because that bitch is stupid. The male me is not. Stupidity enrages him. Especially when that stupidity has power over him and they keep fucking him over. Okay? It's like, so yeah, we're gonna let them have that male me thing, and we're gonna go in a different direction. They killed Vini. It's okay. He can't do nothing he wanted to do now. because he's never going to do what they said, because that's a lie. That's a misdiagnosis. It's lies. It's character assassination. You raped his character. You lied because you wanted to keep him from getting his driver's license back. You evil stick bitch. Yeah, and then the fucking fat cotted retard who believed your lies and used it to further subjugate him and subject him to oppression. Wrongful oppression.